Well, hello, dear kneecap community, and welcome to this week's episode of Mastering Minecraft. As you can see behind me, last episode we completed the Torch of Death, and it turned out truly amazing. But what's a torch without a burning, looming fire? Like I mentioned last week, today we are going to take care of the fire. So I would have said, let's jump directly into the episode and start with the checklist. For today's checklist, the fire will be built using colored glass paint, primarily in shades of white, yellow and orange, so that's a task. The light source will be glowstone, giving it that fiery glow. To get all the colored glass paints, we'll need another point on the checklist, and we'll need to farm a lot of dye. That's why I've designed a fully automated dye farm to provide us with the necessary dyes to produce the glass paints. After that, we'll start building the fire above the torch. So we have two major tasks on our checklist today, each involving several smaller steps, much like last week. Okay, so what we're going to need for the dye farm is in these shulker boxes. And as you can see, there's a lot of items which we'll have to place. That's why... Wait. That's why we are going to segment the whole thing. First, we are going to build the platform on which we will grow the flowers on. After that, we'll build the mechanism which will dispense the bone meal. After that, we'll build the collection system, and at the end we will wire everything with redstone. So, I think it sounds like a plan, man. I think I got my kneecaps ready to eat. So, let's start building the platform. And, oh, by the way, I have decided to build the farm here, so we have a little bit distance to the village, because I want to move out a little bit, and I want to have space to terraform things, so it isn't packed in the same place. I think you know what I mean. Okay, so we have the platform built. And you see, I have already placed some wiring, and that is because I want to test if the mechanism works with the platform that shifts. So we're going to test that now. Ideally, if I place an observer here, the whole thing should escalate. So let us test. Ah. Look at that. So, we know now our platform works fine. So, what actually is going to happen beneath this platform will be the mechanism which dispenses bone meal. And he will always dispense more bone meal than the platform shifts. So, each time he dispenses bone meal, there is going to be flowers and grass grown. And after a few times shifting, there will be a lot of flowers and grass accumulated on the platform, because grass and flowers break due to the movement. And when the platform stops moving, this trapdoor will open and the water will flush all items into this item stream right here. And below that, there is going to be a storage system, a collecting system connected. And connected to that collecting system is going to be an auto-crafter system, which is going to give us the dye. So, I'm glad everything functions how I intended it to function. So, we can check off the platform and we can continue with the bone meal mechanic. Okay, so we finished the bone meal mechanic, and I will just quickly show you what it's doing. So currently the farm is considered off. And as you can see here, there is a Heath hopper clock here, which serves as a timer if you want, or a counter. Whatever suits you best. There are 64 items in here. And if we turn on the farm, which happens when we move those two redstone blocks here, who are connected to the, or touching the hoppers, these items will move back and forth, back and forth. And each time it switches the hopper, this redstone block here moves also back and forth, back and forth. And what happens when the redstone block moves here on and touches the piston will move this observer onto the other one, and this will create the same effect we have seen when we made these observers touching each other. They're just constantly sending out signals. The difference is here we have a dispenser connected to it, so if we put in bone meal, he will be shooting bone meal all the time. So let me show you the bit. I have removed the redstone blocks. The items started flowing again, as you can see. And as soon as we reach 0 or 64 here, the redstone block will move. It should be about now somewhere. There we go. And you hear the dispenser is ticking like crazy. So it worked. What we have to be careful about is that this is going to be the wiring to shutting off or turning on the farm. What we have to be careful about is we have to shut it off when the redstone block is not turning on the piston who is turning on the dispenser. So right now the farm is shut off, and this is how the whole magic works down here. So I would suggest we keep on going. So next thing is going to be the item stream, which leads to the processing system where we have the auto crafter and the auto sorting system. So see you guys in a bit. I hope you have some more room left for kneecaps. So here we are back from eating kneecaps, and we have finished our processing system for the items. And you can see on the right side, this is our sorting system, which is based on two hoppers who are placed one above the other. And on the top hoppers, we are going to place named items, because named items cannot be processed. And then we'll put the flowers that we want to go inside of the hoppers and ultimately into the chest. In each of those hoppers we need at least 41 for them to work, and we will do that now. For that I will need to name a lot of items. This is where the bone meal is going to be produced from the seeds, because we don't need the seeds, but we will need the bone meal for white dye. And then on this side we have the auto crafting system. You can see behind every chest there is an auto crafter, and we power that with this lever. So if I flick this lever, this piston is pushing down this observer, and as you can see, now every autocrafter is triggered, and I've set every autocrafter that it triggers when an item is here. So the dye will end up in these chests. What I've also done is this switch here. This switch is going to be our on and off switch for the farm. As you can see, if I trigger this lever, I am going to remove the 2 redstone blocks who freeze the hoppers from moving items, and if we wait long enough, now the items will change hoppers, the farm will be turned on, and after that, let us just wait a little bit until the redstone block has moved. Let's go. Here we go. Now I can flick this lever and you see the redstone blocks are blocking the items from moving, so the farm is turned off. So now we have the major part done, which means what we have to do now is, maybe I should put the lever somewhere else. What we have to do now is just wire everything together, where everything will be programmed. For example, the opening of the floodgates, the triggering of the mechanism where the ground will be shifted, and we need to name some items. So give me just a quick second where I name the items and place everything we need here, and then I'll do a kneecap eating session where I'll do the wires, and after that we can test the farm for the first time. So stay with me and bear with me one more kneecaps eating session. Okay, so here we are done. We have done the wiring. So let me go through everything one more time. Let's just prepare some bone meal to see if it actually works. Okay, before I go to the bone meal, I was killed when I was doing the wiring, and I had to come back here to get some stuff. And when I came back, I noticed, hey man, this looks a little bit different. So it turns out that 12th Anonium was online again, and he transformed this space here in kind of an... Oh, I didn't notice the coral, man. That looks epic, man. Wow. Okay, why not, man? Yes, he transformed to the area here into a kind of a cherry tree blossom thingy, and it looks awesome. And now he's building a custom tree here, a big one. I think it looks great. I first wanted to put up my smithing hut here, but hey man, just keep doing what you're doing. It looks great. Okay, so we got bone meal. Let's go. Let me just sleep so we can watch that in daylight and not when it's raining. So, get down to the booth. What the hell? Okay. So, we activate these. We activate that one. Now let's see what's happened. Okay, so the first 2 redstone blocks are removed. Now the hoppers are treating the items which are in them. And as soon as they finished, bone wheel is getting wasted. Doesn't matter, but the trapdoor closed. Water isn't flowing anymore. Perfect. And now we watch. Everything looks fine. Okay. Now the gate has been opened. The flowers are being pushed down. And they are being filtered. We have bone meal that is being produced. We have gained dye. Well, I would have said this went perfectly. Let me just check on really quick what we have in these hoppers here. Perfect. Perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. And so that completes the dye farm. And what we have to do now, just wait till we have enough dye to create our glass panes so we can create the fire for the torch. Let's go! Our first own farm. I'm really happy with it. I hope you are too. So give me a minute just to gather everything we need, and then for the epic crescendo of this episode, we'll put up a fire on top of the torch of death. Okay, we need to check if we can put in a delay so we don't waste that much bone meal, but it's okay. Yes, and I will put up a fire on the torch of death. See you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay, so here we are. This is the fire of the torch, and I must say I'm absolutely fascinated. It turned out better than I imagined it, but it looks great. It looks great, man. From close, even from the distance, it fits. I think the proportions are really good. And the coloring is good. I think we did a great job with that one. And I'm sorry for the little, how can I say, lags in the last time lapse. That was because I died. When I was doing the middle part, I died. And when I died, I had to go to the nether to bring more glowstone. But guys, we made it. And as we are a little past our usual video time, I would say let's go check everything from the checklist, end the video, and then I'll see you guys next time. Okay, so let's wrap up the episode. What have we done today? Which was fully automated. And we broke that down into several smaller steps. After that, we produced the dye that we needed to create the colored glass we used for the flame. And now I would have said the torch is completed. I don't know when I'm going to do the smaller fires. I'm thinking about that each time when I see the torch. I like it how it is right now, so maybe we'll put that for the future. And what we will do next time, I don't know yet, to be honest, but I think I'm going to connect the pathway from the dye farm to the village. And I would have said thank you guys for watching until now. Please leave a like and leave a like. Don't leave your life, please don't leave your life. Leave a like, subscribe, follow me on my social media channels. Thank you very much for watching it until this point. See you guys next time, always remember, a kneecap a day keeps the doctor away. It's been your kneecaps. Peace out.